Hey, my name is Anonymous, and I'm going to share my story of why my brother blocked me in the family group chat. My brother and I have always had a contentious relationship. He would always belittle me for the smallest things. For example, if I was cooking and something didn't turn out well, he'd say, "Wow, that looks like something a child could do." Or if I made a small mistake at work, he'd say, "You can't even do a simple task correctly. How are you expected to do anything more complex than that?" Whenever I tried to tell him that his comments were hurtful, he'd just laugh and say, "Oh, come on, don't be so sensitive." One day I decided that I was done with his crap. So when I heard that he was coming to visit us from another state, I knew that I was going to set some boundaries with him. I had been planning this in my head for weeks, so I knew exactly what I was going to say to him when he arrived. When he got there, I said, "Hey, back off and stop making fun of me." He looked at me like I was crazy and said, "What are you talking about? I was just giving you advice and constructive criticism because I care about you." I wasn't buying it. "Well, if you really care about me, then why have you been humiliating me my whole life?" He started to get a little defensive. "I didn't think it was a big deal. You know, we're siblings. We're supposed to make fun of each other." I told him that this was not okay and that he needed to change his behavior if he wanted me to have a relationship with him. He stayed quiet for a moment as he was digesting what I had said to him. Then he finally spoke up and said, "Oh, wow, I never thought of it like that before. Maybe you're right. I'm sorry." He gave me a hug, and we talked about how we were both going to try to improve our communication with each other. Now, this is where the story takes a turn. After he left, I texted him in the family group chat. "Flight lands at 5 p.m. Can someone pick me up?" My brother replied, "Who's picking up who? It's your flight. You're responsible for getting yourself to the airport. Why should someone else accommodate your schedule?" I was shocked by his response. Here I was thinking that we had made progress, and that he understood that I was upset with him for the way that he treated me in the past. Clearly, I was wrong. It turns out that he was only apologizing because he knew that he was in the wrong for making fun of me in front of our parents. But as soon as they weren't looking, he went right back to his old ways. I couldn't believe that he would treat me this way after I had finally had the courage to stand up to him and tell him how I felt. So I did the only thing that I could think of. I responded, "Wow, thanks a lot, brother's name. Real nice of you to help. Guess I'll just take a cab." Then I proceeded to block him in the family group chat so that he wouldn't be able to see my messages. I also decided that I was done communicating with him altogether until he apologized for his behavior. After a few hours, he messaged me privately and asked me why I was ignoring him. I told him that I was upset with him for the way that he treated me. He tried to play the victim and said that I was being insensitive and unsupportive. But I stood my ground and told him that if he wanted to apologize, then I would listen. However, he didn't apologize. Instead, he told me that I was being dramatic and overreacting. This is when I knew that I was done with him. There was no hope for a healthy relationship between us. I blocked him on my phone and haven't spoken to him since. Am I the asshole?